So being deaf or hard of hearing. For a lot of websites, that doesn't have a lot of impact, but if a website includes multimedia or audio, then obviously that is going to impact anyone who isn't able to hear those things. Or if you have an app that relies on notification sounds or something like that, obviously somebody who cannot hear will not be able to hear those things. So you want to make sure that you have captions or transcripts for any audio or video. And whenever possible, if you can provide sign language interpretation as well, that's always appreciated and very helpful. A lot of people who are deaf learn sign language as their first language, and it has its own vocabulary and grammar and is very different from spoken language. And so learning to read written language, right, whatever language, wherever people happen to live, whatever language that is, it's a very different language. And so sometimes there can be a little bit of issues kind of processing written language just because somebody's first language was sign language. And so it's just like anybody else learning a second language, it's a lot more challenging and harder to process and hard to pick up on nuances and turns of phrase and things like that. So wherever you can to provide sign language interpretation for that.
And even people who are hard of hearing that have not lost all of their hearing, they can probably background sounds on videos and stuff like that.
Yes. It can be a real struggle if you are hard of hearing to hear voices. If you're out in a loud restaurant trying to have a conversation with friends, but watching a video on the web can be really difficult if there's background music playing or background noise of some kind happening on the video.
Mm-hmm. And there's auditory processing disorders too, where you can hear everything, you just can't process it.
Yeah, that's true. You can have, some kind of a physical problem with your ear, but then there can also be a problem with just communication between your ear and your brain. So there can be some kind of issue there as well, where maybe sign language or being able to read captions or transcripts or things like that could be extra helpful.